Hey guys, this is Dennis, the founder of Think Hero.
And I'm David Griffin, your resident comic book and video game guru.
And this is our review of the movie Two Guns.
Two Guns.
Starring Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg.
The new bromance has been made.
Yeah, and it's based off of a comic book.
Yeah, from Boom Studios, one of the kind of smaller independent companies. Yeah. I didn't know much about it. I think the book came out like in 2008, I heard. I'd never read it, so I didn't know much about it.
I think most people don't know that it was based on a comic book.
No, they probably think it's a regular action movie.
Yeah. I thought it was all right. I mean, it was solid.
Yeah.
It had some entertaining moments.
It was a little long, I think.
Yeah, it was a bit long for what it was.
Right.
Story-wise, it was the story didn't really care about the story. It was kind of convoluted.
Yeah.
They made things try and be all complicated and complex, but I mean the best part of the movie was really just kind of the interactions between Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington.
I mean they definitely made the film. Their camaraderie, like they have great on-screen chemistry. The thing is, when I was watching this movie, I was like, man, I'd kind of like to see another one, maybe with a better story, maybe tighten it up a little bit. It doesn't need to be. This movie's almost 2 hours. I think it could have been a little less than 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. But I like them as like a duo. I think they make a good team. I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel if it was maybe a little bit better story, but they try to give Denzel some like deep moments where he's like contemplating, like trying to do like his Oscar performance worthy stuff. I'm like, Denzel, you don't need to go that far with this movie. This is just a straight up action movie. Like, it's all you need to do. But otherwise, I thought it was good. I thought the director did a good job with it.
Yeah, it's this Icelandic director, Baltasar.
Right.
He did Contraband, which I didn't see.
I didn't see
that Mark Wahlberg was in. So, I just thought it was solid. There's definitely some lulls there.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think they could have probably reined it in about 15, 20 minutes less, maybe.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say I do like that a great supporting cast. With Bill Paxton.
Edward James Olmos.
James Olmos, from
James Marsden.
James Marsden. Cyclops was in it.
Paula Patton, you got to see her topless in it.
I was surprised to see that. Like, when I saw it, I was like, I wonder if that's a body double, just because I haven't seen her. Like, I was like, oh, no, that's just her. She's showing it. I was like, all right, Paula, all right.
Yeah.
I guess her husband's Robin Thicke's doing all that music, so she's got to show something too. Who knows? But it's good, though. It was good. Again, like I said, it wasn't great, but it was a good summer action movie. It is what it is. It's kind of what you see in the previews, what you get.
Yeah, I don't know why, though, that, they tried to do this thing, or the director tried to do this kind of Quentin Tarantino play around with the time, showed like this. And it wasn't, you can do that. I've seen some really good movies do that, but it wasn't necessary for this movie to do that.
Yeah.
Like, to start in the middle, and, it didn't lead up to anything. It didn't help. When you watch something like Pulp Fiction, there's a reason why it's rearranged. How the stories and the time sequences are all rearranged.
Well, when you watch the preview, I mean, they pretty much, if you've seen a trailer for it, you've pretty much seen most of the movie. I mean, especially the part when you find, it's in the preview, it's not a spoiler, like, when, Denzel and Mark find out that they're both, working for different agencies. Like, that's in the trailer over and over again. And I was watching the movie like, man, this is taking a while to get to that part. I'm like, man,
45 minutes.
I know, and I'm like, man, I already know the story. I already know that that's going to happen. Like, there's no spoil, there's no like surprise, shock value. So I think the movie just took too long to get going. But every time Wahlberg and Denzel were on the screen, I thought it was great. I thought the movie was strong. Their like I said, their chemistry was great. But beyond that, everything else outside of that was kind of boring, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, the action is pretty standard stuff. Right. The story's, pretty generic. Double cross, triple cross.
Right,
these people are corrupt. Et cetera, et cetera. There's nothing you didn't see coming in the movie. And
it kind of comes your typical like bromance. I mean, we've seen it in Lethal Weapon. It's even funny. It's like a black cop and a white cop. I mean, it's good. It's just. It's nothing that you haven't seen before. I wouldn't say rush out in the theater to see this.
It's probably a better rental.
It's worth a rent. Yeah, I would say when it comes on Redbox or Netflix, definitely check it out. It's worth it.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to see it in the theater, but overall, what would you give it?
I give it a B minus.
Okay.
I thought it's not awful, but it's just really average. So I give it a B minus. It's passable. Just give it a B minus.
I'm kind of like B minus / C plus.
Okay. Yeah.
During certain parts of the movie, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is entertaining." And the other parts, I'm like, "Oh, I'm falling asleep."
Right.
So it wasn't,
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right, if you saw the movie, you can post your comments below on the website thinkhero.com.
We're gonna check us out on YouTube at our channel at Think Hero Pro.
And we're also on Twitter. Mine is @ThinkHero.
I'm at GriffinDE.
And we also have a Facebook page that's facebook.com/ThinkHeroFans. And also make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Think Hero Pro.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.